Hello, stream. Oh, we got some pledges while we were away. Hey, Lauren. Oh, pretty good, Lauren. How about yourself? Hmm. Hey, Haley. Hey, what's up, Dread? Yes, still sick. Getting over it, though. I'm at the tail end. No longer have the sniffly nose. Just a little bit of a cough and a general feeling of not being at 100%. That's all. Could be a lot worse. Oh, no sweat, Lauren. Yeah, I hear you, Dread. I think I got sick from Meg, who was sick before I was, but our kids have remained blissfully not sick, which is very nice. Ugh. Hey, what's up, Kristen? Oh, thanks, Haley. I like that. A Middle Eastern Nathan Fillion. Oh, that man. Wish there was more stuff to watch him in these days. No, not a dead cat stream, Bodegazilla. God damn it, Photoshop. Come on. But Igazilla, I don't understand your question. Proper format for a book title, though. That's what I'm not getting. I would just use the book title. Are you talking about like how to communicate italics since Twitter won't let you do italics? Oh yeah, when I do book titles on Twitter or any other site that doesn't have italics, I tend to use single quotes, which you can just simulate with apostrophes. That's what I do. I don't know if it's like considered technically correct, but it gets the idea across. Hey, Clooney man. That friggin' internet, Kristen. We should just stop using it, I think. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I am gonna make it through this year if it kills me. I am gonna make it through this year if it kills me. Sorry, Haley. Healthy Garrett stream? Yeah. Such health. Hey, what's up, Almanac Pony? I'm assuming you're Almanac on the Discord server? And yes, that is the Mountain Goats. For anybody who is very confused, the Mountain Goats are a band. They're a very good band that I've only just recently become into. John Green's been talking about them for literally years. And I was like, oh, I'll check them out one day. And then the Welcome to Night Vale people started a podcast called I Only Listen to the Mountain Goats. And I was like, well, this is a good excuse to start checking them out. And it's one of my favorite podcasts now. It's really, really good. So I have found myself singing Mountain Goat songs a lot. Sorry, Rhea. Yeah, you do get addicted, right? Yeah, one of my favorite songs of theirs is that song I was just singing, which is I am gonna make it through this year if it kills me. I am gonna make it through this year if it kills me. It's just very good, and in these days that we are living through, it's very appropriate. That sounds utterly amazing, Almanac. I hope it's alright that I just call you Almanac. Let me know if not. These things perfectly align, right? Right. Good. Yes. Okay, spine is done. Whoops, nope. I always forget about that. Ah, that's so annoying, Haley. Wait, Bella Forrest is the one who writes those gender games books? Are you serious? Oh my god. I don't know a damn thing about those books, but I side-eye them, I have to say. I'm always a little bit like, what's going on here? What's happening? But then again, I also target Bella Forrest with my Amazon ads because she's one of the most successful indie authors ever. Hello, Miak. Yeah, Elon Musk definitely knows how to put on a show. Oh, thanks, Jagtress. Okay, so those are not. Interesting. Huh, okay. Oh God, no. No, 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 no. I don't do the cover art. I am not I'm not an artist. No, we have 3 cover artists. We don't have a command. Huh. I do remember that, Rhea. There we go. Wow, I don't remember what that's from, Rhea. I had to fix the link. That second command should work. Yeah, so I don't remember that command either, but that is absolutely a Haley thing. I know, right? Oh my god, the fucking stable boy comment. Who remembers that? Oh, Almanac, I feel your pain. I used to ghostwrite. Not often, but sometimes. Yeah, DeviantArt is kind of a mess to work your way through. Ha, Newt. Newt, Newt. The world of Underrealm has become a new landmark in the world of epic fantasy, with legions of avid readers hungering for more. Join Eben, son of a merchant family with a dark reputation, as he begins his study at the Academy for Wizards 6 years too late. Belittled by other students his own age, Eben nevertheless manages to make some friends to ease his time and his studies. But something evil is at work on the High King's seat, and Eben's family will not let him stand idly by. Step by step, he finds himself pulled deeper into machinations he cannot begin to understand. His only hope is to discover the truth of his own actions, and hope he has not unwittingly become part of the worst treason in the history of the Nine Kingdoms. Hope and hope. His only chance is to discover the truth of his own actions. Thanks for the follow, Meg Memphis. Much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. Another Meg on the stream. But something evil is at work on the High King's seat, and Eben's family will not let him stand idly by. Step by step, he finds himself pulled deeper into machinations he cannot begin to understand. His only chance is to discover the truth of his own actions, and hope he has not unwittingly become part of the worst treason in the history of the Nine Kingdoms. I like it! Well, that's not super useful. Eh? Hey, listen, Miak. If 7 kingdoms are good, then 9 kingdoms are better. I don't make the rules. You're a fool, Miak, an utter fool. I love it, Lauren. Now we need reviews. Dave Higgins is just a really great and wonderful book reviewer. And I don't just say that because he writes favorable reviews of my books, because sometimes he doesn't like my books, but his reviews are just so good. Like, he could be a professional book reviewer, no problem. He probably won't be because, you know, you have to have some, I don't know, you have to know the right people. There's a lot of nepotism, blah, 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 blah. But it's just, he's just so, so well spoken. Combining his own spin on A School for Sorcerers with the paranoia of a political thriller, Robinson has created a tale that will appeal to fans of both character and plot-driven fantasy. Hey man, some professional critics are really good at their job. Movie Bob is my current favorite film critic, and he's taught me so much about filmmaking. You know what I mean? The way he thinks about film is it's just more intelligent than me, you know? Oh yeah, that's certainly true, Almanac. Strong constructive critique is very hard to come by. You're a lot more likely to find critics who make a living by doing these like epic takedowns. I mean, I hope that, yeah. I hope that there was more. I know that you're in Twitch chat, Jagtress, and so it's a little bit hard to explain all the details, but like, I hope there was more to his feedback than that, because that just doesn't seem, it's like, oh, it's boring. Like, okay, you know what I mean? Whereas somebody like Movie Bob for film, or Dave Higgins for books, they don't, it's not, they don't, like, neither one of them would ever say it's boring. They would explain why it's boring. You know what I mean? Ooh, thanks, Meg. Oh, yeah, see, Almanac, people like that are the worst. The absolute worst. We've contacted bunches of booktubers and sent them our books for review on their channel. The majority of the responses have been great. Some of the responses have been negative, especially from people who got earlier editions of the books that were messed up by that earlier editor who I was talking about before. And like, okay, I mean, they didn't like the book, you know. It's just bleh, you know. Right, Jagtress, and I figured that was probably the case. I think that critique doesn't have to aid the author. For example, there are some creators who kind of clearly aren't trying and are lauded by whatever industry they happen to be in for one reason or another. And I think that a critique of their work and like why it's bad or maybe even harmful is fine, you know? Like, yeah, you can contain the idea that that if this person wanted to start making good content, they should do blah. But like, at some point, you don't have to continue offering suggestions for why, you know. And what's really crazy is that J.K. Rowling has written the most popular mystery books of all time. The Harry Potter books, they're just mystery novels. They happen to be set in magic, you know, in a school of witchcraft and wizardry. But they're mystery novels. That's all. That's it. Oh no, she knows mystery better than anybody in the world. At least if you go by sales numbers. The Harry Potter books are just mysteries. That's all they are. And they are probably the best, they're certainly the best mysteries I've ever read. And they are the most popular mysteries ever. Oh yeah. Yeah, they are as close to perfect as you can get perfectly constructed mysteries. Nerdwriter somebody just did a video about that. Is it this? Yes, it's this.
Power of habit. And you can get
a... Let us take a brief moment together. Whoa!
The Harry Potter books are extremely effective mysteries. They're fantasy books too, but underneath the fantastical setting is a story about deduction, interrogations, and clue gathering. And they are effective mysteries because they are fair. Rowling doesn't cheat. All of the clues are there for the reader to put together if they pay close enough attention. And I've seen a lot of recent mystery stories stray away from that approach. You see, mysteries are all about asking questions and then giving answers. And you run into trouble if you focus too much on one or the other. J.J. Abrams is famous for the term the mystery box, a style of storytelling that emphasizes the ethos of mystery, of making viewers ask questions while delaying payoffs almost indefinitely. In The Force Awakens, for instance, he makes us wonder who Rey's parents are, even though at the time no one making the movie knew the answer. That's probably the biggest reason some fans felt cheated by The Last Jedi. It wasn't a fair game. On the other side of the spectrum, you have scenes like this.
Yes, where should we start? How about them? He's treating her to a meal, but his own portion is small. That means he wants to impress her, but he's trying to economize on his own food.
Well, maybe he's just not hungry.
No, small plate, starter. He's practically licked it clean. She's nearly finished her pavlova. If she treated him, he'd have as much as he wanted. He's hungry, all right, not well off. You can tell that by the state of his cuffs and shoes.
Now, Sherlock is a show I enjoyed, but rarely as a mystery. There are so many scenes in the series that tell us how intelligent Sherlock is, but we don't get the chance to deduce anything for ourselves. It's just, here's the answers. See, I'm smart. Harry Potter is much more like the classic Sherlock Holmes stories. It balances it perfectly, telling mysteries that are solvable without being obvious. But that's just the approach. What we really want to find out is, how does Rowling do this? How do you hide clues in a book when your readers are going to see every single word you write? My inclination when starting this was that films had a huge advantage over the written word when it comes to hiding clues. In The Sixth Sense, spoiler warning? The fact that Bruce Willis's character is dead is foreshadowed in a number of ways, and often by the absence of something happening, like the fact that no one speaks to him or acknowledges him. These clues all work well visually, but would be harder to hide in prose. But what I found is that the opposite is also sometimes true. Nothing exists in fiction without the author putting it there, and with just a few vague phrases, Rowling can conceal information from the reader in places that movies can't. For instance, in Book 3, one of the mysteries is that Professor Lupin is a werewolf, and one of the clues is that when Lupin faces a boggart, a creature that turns into whatever you fear most, it turns into a silvery white orb hanging in the air. Now, here's what that looks like on film. It takes more effort from the reader to figure out that Lupin is afraid of the moon in the books than it does in the film. Rowling will also regularly downplay a key character in a mystery by excluding them from the dialogue. In Book 2, Ginny turns out to be the one who opened the Chamber of Secrets while under the control of Voldemort. We never really suspect her because she never really talks. The book will frequently tell us how she's doing, never good, but it's always in the context of listing how everyone is handling the recent traumatic events. It doesn't work as well in the movie, since the film can't really tell us her inner thoughts without her emoting in a way that gives up the game. So instead, we only get like one cutaway to her with a blank expression, and then one shot of her looking guilty that is a dead giveaway. Speaking of Ginny, another great way of hiding clues is by burying them in a list and then misdirecting away from them. Rowling does this constantly. A key clue in the second book is that Ginny brings a diary to school. The first mention of this comes in a comedic list of all the Weasley kids forgetting stuff at home, so we assume it's here because of the joke. Similar instances of burying clues in a bunch of other information happens here in book 3 when the twins tell Harry about all the passages out of Hogwarts, here when the team accidentally comes across a Horcrux while cleaning Sirius's house in book 5, and here in book 6 when Harry finds another Horcrux without knowing it. In book 5, Broderick Bode is assassinated by a sentient plant while in the hospital. We actually see the plant arrive, but there's also a distinctive calendar that comes with it, so we don't focus too much on the plant. And then Rowling immediately directs our attention away to something that we care intensely about, Neville's parents, who we've heard a lot about but haven't seen yet. That way our attention doesn't linger too long here. The great advantage of this series being a fantasy mystery series is that the fantasy element provides a ton of miscellaneous scene decorations that can cloak the mystery elements. Most of these things are useless in the context of the mystery, even though they are extremely useful in other parts of the plot. But while the world of Harry Potter is remarkably varied in all of the stuff that fleshes out the world, something that remains consistent and keeps us grounded is the physical descriptions of the characters. Here's a test. I'm going to give you 3 descriptions of 3 different characters, and I'll give you a second to guess who they are. Okay, so the answers are Snape, Draco, and Trelawney. If you got any of those right, that's amazing. I mean, think about this. It's probably been years since you've read the books, and with just a few words of description, a fictional character out of a universe of literally thousands pops right into your head. And it's all because of repetition, plain and simple. Rowling never misses a chance to mention a character's signature physical description. So if a character with bushy brown hair runs out of the room, we know it's Hermione. If someone is wearing half-moon spectacles, it's always Dumbledore. A woman with a toad-like face is always Umbridge. The reason this is useful when crafting a mystery story is that Rowling can conceal a character whenever she wants, while still making it a fair game for the reader to figure out who they are. In book 5, Harry accidentally smashes a crystal ball with a prophecy inside. A ghostly form of a woman with eyes magnified by her glasses emerges. Harry thinks he recognizes her, but it's not confirmed until his talk with Dumbledore 30 pages later. But an attentive reader will already know it's Trelawney, and enjoy being proved right later on. So, with clever descriptions, muted culprits, buried clues, and signature descriptions, Rowling tells mystery stories that are solvable and incredibly satisfying to read from beginning to end. And if you're looking for reasons why these novels engaged so many millions of young readers, I'd put that somewhere near the top of the list. Hey guys, so if you're trying to write more or read more or build some...
And there we go. I loved that video. And yeah, on the names, it's definitely very funny. I've seen the Tumblr post that's like, you know, there's a black dog, you know, or Sirius Black is on the loose. You know, where should we find him? Well, we should go looking around for a big black dog. Wait, what? Why? Because his name literally means black dog. His first name means dog, and his last name is Black. Wait, but what are you talking about? Are you saying he's an animagus? Well, yes, of course he's an animagus. We know that he is because his best friend is a werewolf. And they used to hang out together. His best friend is a werewolf? His best friend's name is literally Wolf Wolf. Remus Lupin. Wolf Wolf. Yes, he's a werewolf. Now we just have to add our flaps. Okay, but Rhea, you've also helped me come up with every single moniker in the Underrealm books. I love that somebody on Tumblr was like, it's so funny, and I know that this was probably not, like, your intention when you did this, but, like, I'm Norwegian, so I'm starting to read the Nightblade Epic, and this guy, Zane Foridar, shows up, and it's like, I can't stop giving him an odd look. I'm like, what the hell? Because Foridar in Norwegian actually means traitor, so, like, I know that's not what you're thinking, but, like, every time I read it, I'm like, this guy's gonna turn out to be bad, he's gonna, and I'm just like... What, Rhea, you pedantic? What are you talking about? You're fine. You've given me other names. Names in other names of towns and cities. Like, didn't you come up with Dahab on stream? I could have sworn you've given me some of the Underrealm names. Hey, thanks for the follow, Almanac. Pew, 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 pew. All right, later, Almanac. Ah, well, there you go. My faulty memory at work again. Yeah, also, Rhea, like, you have to understand that you are, I would say, in probably the top 1 percentile of people who actually know language and etymology. And like it's you know, it's fine to point those things out and to have a pet peeve on them, but you have to realize that that is your pet peeve, right? That like that is something that you are so conversant in that it annoys you, but it's not something that like most writers have to think about or contend with. One thing that I do like is that different series are going to have different cultures react to them in that way. So like Norwegian person reads Zane Foridar and they're like, "Oh, that's interesting." Like, and then he turns out to, and then they read his story and they're like, "Oh, so his last name was actually carefully chosen." But then they're going to read the Academy journals. They're going to read Eben, Shay, Halab, Hesta, Albi, Momin, all these things, and they're going to be like, "Okay, all right, these are just names." But Arabic people are going to be like, "Are you fucking serious, you motherfucker? You literally just named them son, father, aunt, mother, blah 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 blah, and all these things." And it's not that those names aren't in actual use, but they are names that mean, names that originally meant those things. They're not the words used in common parlance today, but Latin is not the only foreign language. I'll be right back. I'm going to take a short break. Hey, we're back. Too much chat for me to respond to easily. Why do people keep buying the Alchemist Touch paperback? It's back ordered. And the website tells people when it's back ordered. But they keep buying it. Which is great. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. But I feel bad. Jesus Christ, we've sold a lot of books through CreateSpace on Amazon. It's pretty great. Pretty great. Oh, thanks, Meg. You know what I'm fucking super stoked about? When we start publishing other authors and I get to ship their books. I don't know why exactly I am so excited about that, but I'm really excited about that. And I know that they're not going to get to be signed. Maybe Riley's will be signed if Riley is interested in doing that. But I'm going to be shipping their books. You know, I'm going to be shipping their covers. I'm going to be packaging up their books and sending them out to people in the mail every day. Well, you know, maybe not every day, but well, I mean, if we get up to the point where we're shipping out their books and we have the same volume that we've been having every single day, at that point we'll be hiring somebody to take care of our shipping full time. But like, maybe I'll go down and, you know, help out every once in a while, just, you know, for old time's sake and whatever. But man, that's going to be really, really cool. Fucking A, Clooney, man. You are more than welcome. I'll be honest though, if we do get to the point of hiring somebody to do work like that full time, I've had somebody in mind for quite some time. I think it would be a good fit, and I think it would be really good for them as well. It's a better word than people. I will try to remember, Lauren. And the doom that weighs on his decision is greater than he can begin to understand. Betray your family or betray your king. Eben has finally been allowed to the Academy for Wizards. Allowed to attend. Eben has finally been allowed to Eben has finally been allowed to attend the Academy for Wizards and master the powers of alchemy he has possessed since birth. After years of living under the thumb of his cruel father, he finally has a chance to make friends of his own, as well as experiencing all the mystery and wonder of the High King's Seat, the greatest city in the history of the Nine Kingdoms. But with his new freedoms come new troubles as well. Eben has always been able to ignore his family's evil reputation, but no longer. Now he finds himself being pulled into dark schemes he cannot understand, and everything seems to be building to a drastic confrontation that may shake the foundations of Underrealm. As darkness gathers and more powerful players enter the game, Eben faces an impossible choice. Remain loyal to a family that has always seen him as a nuisance, or turn against them to preserve the law and order of his nation. And the doom that weighs on his decision is greater than he can begin to understand. Works for me. Okay, what do we got? Backflap. Garrett Robinson is. Garrett Robinson is the author of the #1 Amazon best-selling Nightblade Epic. An independent artist on the bleeding edge of the industry, he published his first novel in 2012 and hasn't stopped putting down words since. He can be found at garrettbrobinson.com. Praise for the Underrealm books. Possessing both a complex female protagonist and mentions of abuse without either homily or glossing, this work demonstrates that high fantasy and gritty realism are not incompatible. That's another Dave Higgins quote, which is just, he's just, mwah. A stellar introduction to a fascinating tale. An excellent first foray into a new fantastical world. Lauren, the main protagonist of the tale, is very relatable. A fantastic start to what will surely be a wonderful series and a most exciting adventure. I'm not a fantasy story reader, but this was so well written and it pulled me in. What a great start to what looks like a great adventure story with a leading character you can pull for. Lauren is a plucky girl motivated for good reason to start a new life, and we are right beside her, rooting all the way. The world of Underrealm has become a new landmark in the world of epic... The world of Underrealm has become a new landmark in epic fantasy, with legions of avid readers hungering for more. Join Eben, son of a merchant family with a dark reputation, as he begins his study at the Academy for Wizards 6 years too late. Belittled by other students his own age, Eben nevertheless manages to make friends to ease his... Join Eben, son of a merchant family with a dark reputation, as he begins his study at the Academy for Wizards 6 years too late. Belittled by other students his own age, Eben nevertheless manages to befriend other outcasts who ease both his time and his studies. But something evil is at work on the High King's seat, and Eben's family will not let him stand idly by. Step by step, he finds himself pulled deeper into machinations he cannot begin to understand. His only chance is to discover the truth of his own actions, and hope he has not unwittingly become part of the worst treason in the history of the Nine Kingdoms. Nice. That's better. Books 1 through 3, Academy Journals, Volume 1, Garrett Robinson, Legacy, A Book of Underrealm, The Academy Journals, Volume 1, #1 Amazon best-selling author, Garrett Robinson. Betray Your Family, Betray Your King, we already checked that one. Okay, we're done. We're ready to submit our fucking files, motherfucker. Hey, what's up, Mappo? Good job, Lauren. Hey, it's Nicole Dark. Long time no see. How you doing? Do 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 do. Last chance. Here we go. Okay. We're saving this motherfucker. Oh, awesome, Nicole. Nice, Lauren. Document sieved. Document exported. A potato flew around my room before you came. Me forget my name, meaning the origins? What do you... Warning, Garrett has broken. Do 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 do. Okay. Volume 1 is submitted, motherfucker. You motherfucker. Oh, thanks, Anchors. I don't remember seeing you on stream before. So in case you're new, welcome to the stream. Have a free book. All right, files are submitted. I have to, I'm going to end stream because I am going to keep working today, but the future work is going to be on Chronicles. So it makes sense to do a different stream for that. So we're done with volume 1, Academy Journals Volume 1. Wow, that's pretty cool. We'll be submitting that, or we'll be ordering copies of that very, very soon. I have to figure out how many copies to order. Good times. Yeah, so I'm gonna go grab a quick bite, and then I will be back on stream very, very shortly as I start to work on the Chronicles. Going to be putting together a spreadsheet on that series and figure out what the hell I'm doing. So I'll catch you then. Keep an eye out for another stream in probably about a half an hour. Bye.